Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing Ratopia. It's now at full release since Friday, so there have been some changes and I thought it would be a great idea to play a new game and see what those changes are. So this is the startup screen after the initial story scene. So we have our leader up here. I've left it as Tafaraf. Can't remember if that's the default name, if that's one I came up 2 years ago when I first started playing the game, but that's what she is. You can only play as a princess at the moment. You can choose the hairstyle, face style, type of fur. Some of them are locked. So I've survived a year in hard difficulty. I haven't got 30 Ratrons yet, So, and the most important one in this menu, apart from customizing appearance, is the type of character. So you have the scholar, which has higher experience and more research points. The warrior, probably ideal if you're playing the hard difficulty. The agile explorer, which is my preference because your princess can move faster and carry more. City's idol gives you greater migrant abilities. That's the new artisans that join your city. And the noble just gives you more money. I don't have a problem with money usually. I did when I first started the game, so you might want to opt for this one. Loans is quite a late game. You have to research the bank and try to establish relationships with other countries, other cities, so this isn't a favourite of mine. I'd go for Agile Explorer. You can design your flag. I haven't unlocked these ones yet, but you can choose whatever you want really, colour, etc. Difficulty, there's peaceful mode where you have no invasions and you just focus on it being a colony builder. Easy mode, which is what I'll be playing in this one. I generally play on peaceful, but I want to give you a full experience. Normal mode, when you have less money, they invade more often. In hard mode, you can choose custom difficulty where you can change the different biomes in your world, how many research points, how much money, how much resources. We're not going to do that this time, so let's get started. So the game is set up for controller and keyboard. I'm using a keyboard and mouse. So I'll say E button, that will be the action button on your controller. You don't need to use E button every time. You can use the left mouse. I have actually deactivated the tutorial because it's frustrating, but it's the usual WASD keys to move, space to jump. You aim with your mouse, and when you're on the mouse you can either hold down the left mouse key to drop down, collect things, pick things up, or you aim with your mouse and press the F key to open what's in buildings, access building menus. So when you first start a game, you want to explore the terrain, see what's been generated. So I've got fish. That's where the enemies will come from. It's quite good that it's near water, as the water will damage them quite quickly. I can see a rabbit hole down there for food, which is great. There's plenty of wheat, plenty of grass, plenty of flowers, a couple of trees. So this looks like a good start. I like to have 5 sections of 16 blocks, which I'll explain to you the best that I can. But plan ladders, so if I have a ladder here and then count 16 blocks across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's gonna take away a tree. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might take away the flower instead, but then that would take away a wheat. 16 blocks across because it's a nice number to fit the structures in. Let's see where it would be here. So to build things, you press the Q button and then just build, gather, demolish, repair, mine, cancel. Click on build, base, ladder. You can just click on these or press the R, Q buttons. And choose ladder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So ladder would be there, which is fine. It doesn't interfere with rabbit holes. Okay, so we're going to lose this tree for now. But there are 2 other trees, that's not a problem. You can chop a tree down twice to remove it. So I'm just hovering my mouse, hold down my left mouse button to do that, and then I can do that again. And it turns into a K, or you can just demolish the block that it's standing on, which is how I usually do it. So I'm going to say I was going to wait for that to grow back, but it can't just turn into a seed. Every time you place an item into your chest, you get a research point. And it's a good idea to collect food as you go. You only start with 20 food on easy mode and less on the other modes, on normal and hard. Grass grows back quickly, then flowers, and then wheat's the slowest to grow back, but it's generally once per game day. It's not slow. So I have 16 across, but then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and then another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's because my first floor I have 4 tiles high because some structures need 4 tiles. The majority only need 3 tile height. So I'm not having many 4 height floors, but on this top one I do, and then the highest one I have them to 3. It should all become very clear as I build it up, so bear with me. You can take items out of the chest to build. I prefer to grab, really. Just as quick to go and grab from the naturally grown resources as it is to get from the chest. You can only place blueprints down according to how many resources you've got in the chest. So I've got 10 dirt, so I can place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to cancel those. So my priority at the moment in the game is to stop the rain falling into my base, but to also get some artisans to help me with gathering and building. If I press and go into the state menu in capture mode and then zoom out, you can see there's a giant tree here. This tree gives you some shelter from rain, so you can see that the section that's got the trees in here isn't going to get rained on, but the rest of the terrain is. So really I want to block off along here to stop my base from flooding, but also to collect any water that falls. I don't want to dig too far down until I've blocked off what needs blocking off. At the moment I can carry 4 quantity of an item. You can't carry 2 different items at the same time. If you pick up the wrong item, excuse me, you can press the X key to drop it. If there's 2 items on a block, so for example you've cut down a tree, but you want to collect the logs and not chop the tree down anymore, you press the tab key to choose which one you want. I'm not personally interested in getting too many flowers early game. They're not really needed until you have a pharmacy or an apiary. But I do want 4 petals to build a shrine or help collect money. I'll explain that to you a bit later. Just bear with me, I just need to quickly grab a drink because my throat's gone very quick. Okay, so as I'm building this barrier against the rain here, I'm looking out for a good location for the city entrance, which needs to be 3 blocks wide. Ratton can move if there's 2 spaces, but not here. But as I'm not bothered about too many flowers, I'm just trying to chop that one away, get the research point for the seed. Can mine, chop, build diagonally. I think I'm going to have a city entrance up here, but I also want a water tank, which is 4 blocks. Future planning, there is a lift and elevator that takes up 3 blocks, so you have the lift shaft and then a block either side, so I don't want anything on these blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can have my city entrance here, which is in the royal menu. Haven't collected any stone rock yet, Snow, so I need to do that. Just grabbing some food as I go past. Feel free to say hi if you join me. Welcome to everyone. The only rules I have on my stream is to be kind. This needs 3 rock and 3 logs. You can see how quickly everyone's going back. This is the 2nd game day, and this is already going back 2 or 3 times already. So to get Rattons and activate this kind of portal entrance, just hover with your mouse, press F. Then you can just left click and see who's available. I would say be very, very picky, choosy with who you get. These are actually quite bad. Fragile, we don't want. Militant is good, but Fragile Fighter's not great. Intelligence is good, but he'll get annoyed every time, or she will get annoyed every time I collect tats. Inactive, they're not able to do as much as other people. Full, yeah, not happy with those. I have the portal set to 100% cycle generation, which is actually pretty fast. You always seem to get messages saying there's new rats. Usually in a game I'll set this down to 70 or 60%, just because it's just so often that you get new rats turning up. You just can't get to it every time. I'm just going to continue building across here. I do want to get a layer of blocks here, just again future planning. When I've got access to mud and plants and I've researched gardens, you can dig up these wild plants and put them into gardens, which makes them grow a bit faster. You can do that on dirt, but there's 3 quantity of dirt in an actual block and you only need 2 for a dirt block, so it's just an easy way of getting some materials really, without having to dig too far down into base when rain can still come down and flood it, which is what I'm trying to avoid right now. Because I don't want to keep jumping and make my rats have to jump to slow them down, I'm actually going to chop this one down. 1 block is fine, that doesn't seem to slow anybody down too much, but 2 block heights just takes that bit longer. So what I tend to do is just put another block in here. Just to make that a bit easier. Any dropped items, so the dirt that I've dug up does have a shelf life, a time before it disappears. See how quickly we've got another lot of medicines to get. Again, they're all quite bad, so I'm going to send them away. Dropped items, I think it's 2 game days, it might be 3 before they disappear. They do turn a translucent, can't say that word. Faded. They fade a little to let you know that they're about to disappear. So you do have time to grab them, but it's easy just to grab as you go. Your ratsons, when I get them, can carry, I think it's 2, might be 3 when they first join you. They also get paid every time they drop something off in a storage and build. So when you have a low amount of money, I prefer to drop things off, so I'll set them to dig. And then I'll collect and put the items away. It's just so much easier, save some money, quicker. You can't carry and gather at the same time. I'm just going to continue back across here. Building up. Getting some dirt. And even as many of these plants as possible for now. You see this block that's got some kind of blossom on it? If I left that open to the elements so that rain could fall on it, it would sprout a plant. I can't remember if you have to leave some wheat or a resource on there for that to happen. It's been so long since I've done that. If you know the answer to that question, do comment in the chat. So, with the fish and the enemies, the plague rats, I do want to block them off. So I'm just going to build up here. Just going to keep that grass in place as long as I can first. Let's see if we've got anyone to help me yet. That's better. So River is skillful. and a pacifist, so she doesn't want to be a fighter warrior, and she's bringing some food for me. Nero has a big appetite, but is a royalist. I don't have lots of food right now, so I don't want anyone with a big appetite. And intelligent fighter is good, but fragile cry is bad, so we don't welcome river. And I'm gonna get river to start gathering. So they do prioritise certain tasks. They will prioritise building, then gathering, then mining, then picking up items that I've dropped. So because I've got some blueprints in place, River will probably try and finish building those before she'll gather anything. I'm assuming River is a she. It could be a he or a they. She's just completely ignored me and trying to dot those, so... Hey ho. Yeah, I want to finish off building here. With the graves, you can build a shell around them. You can't get rid of them by digging here, just won't let you. I don't want to fight yet. I haven't got enough fighters or resources to do that. If you tell them to gather before the plant is fully grown, it will dig it up completely and turn it into a seed, which we don't want to happen. So wait until they're at 100%. You can jump a 2-block height. It's up to you whether you want to spend time gathering resources before you get rations. I prefer to do a bit of digging, a bit of collecting, a bit of building at the same time. A bit of multitasking, just to get everything built up. So, Wendy is good, but she's slow. Which means she's slow moving, but she's alright speed, everything else. And I think I might have her just in the initial area of the base near this chest anyway, so I'm gonna get Wendy. So that's the plate that's chopped off, and I might have... It can't go jump higher than 3, so I will block this off. I just want to get that mud before it disappears. Sorry, that made no sense. I want to get that mud before I've blocked this off and can't get to it anymore. Mud is a non-renewable resource, strangely. And I use it a lot in the gardens. So I'll actually grab as much of that as soon as I can, really. Because I've got 2 of them and it's not much growing, I'm going to tell them to start building. So I want a ladder there. I also want a ladder here. And with mining, you can tell them to mine and immediately transport what they've mined up back to the chest, or to mine and drop. I prefer mine and drop because then I can collect the items myself and it saves some money. I don't know why I'm so croaky today. I did my way through here, get some more dirt on the way. I want to make sure there's no diagonal access to the fishery, because when I have a water gatherer, they will collect water diagonally, and if I don't block it off, they will take so much water that it makes the fishery inactive. And fish is a quite good form of food, so it's fairly easy. Although I can hunt rabbits, you need a butchery to turn that into food. Whereas with the fish, they'll just eat the raw fish. Bizarrely. So, but on the flip side of that, it takes 2 research points to get a hunter, hut and butcher. So, yeah, I suppose the strings and roundabouts. I was going to say strings then. Just going to block that off for now. See who else is available. Again, pessimistic. I don't have much entertainment at the moment, so I don't want that. Faithful, they need more entertainment. And fragile, not great, so send those guys away. Set some more gathering orders. Don't want to dig through this grass block just yet because I don't want any rain to get through to the base. So now we've got a couple of Rattons helping us and some more material. I'm going to start blocking off the rain properly, and by building this top layer of blocks. Actually, scratch that. I need to get a toilet and research going first, so I'm going to build across here. Toilets are in service. This is a ranged building. My advice is before you click to put the building down, set the range. That, you just press the R or the Q button. Q reduces it, R increases it. If I put the item down and then increase the range when it's still active, for some reason it doesn't do that, or it didn't do that, it would leave it at default 20, so before you just mouse click it down, set your range that you want it at. It just makes it easier, quicker. Can't get research going just yet because I haven't got a sawmill. Usually have the research desk next to the toilet there. The reason I'm not laying lots of blueprints across is because I want them to focus on gathering at this point in the game. And it's just quicker for me to go across and build. See if how else is available. Obviously you can build your base however you like. This is just how I've grown to do it after 2-ish years of playing. Hopefully it will make sense as you see what I do. Right, here I want the sawmill, so I'm going to let them build that, that's fine. Help them out by putting that dirt there for them. Because here I will have a bunk bed when I've researched it, which takes 2 tiles. And future planning, the lift shaft will go here. You can jump across one space. Okay, so to change the settings of the building, hover, press F, and then go to the card which is settings, so you can activate or deactivate the building. Get from, you can choose which storage chest. I choose my main one, and I want to sell to the main one. Task condition I'll show you shortly, and mass production means they will double everything they make. To set task conditions, you hover here and press the E button. Again, hover on add condition, press the E button. I click here to resources, and I want more than 2. And quantity, I want to make sure that there's a minimum of 10 sticks, but I want them to focus on lumber, so I'm just going to set it to 10. And then Wendy, because she's slow at moving, I'm going to set here because she'll only have to move from the sawmill to the chest and to her bed, which will be here, so being a slow mover is not going to impact her too much. I'm just trying to mine and build this diagonally. See who else is available. Okay, I have some decent ones now. Foolish is fine. It is a bit slower leveling up the skills. Progressive, they're happy when you add policies, which will come a little later. I tend to set and forget my policies, so I'm not too bothered about progressive. Skillful is always useful. They have greater production efficiency, and elitist means that they get additional happiness if they're in a job with no other artisans doing the same job. So certain structures you'll only have one of. Food, or they don't need as many necessities. Royalists, they're happy every time I pass them, or they pass me. Quiet, they don't need as much entertainment, and optimistic, they have greater happiness. And Gregory, is going to be perfect for the circus stand. So they don't need as much entertainment themselves, and they're naturally happy. Generally, whoever works in the entertainment, especially in the early game when you've only got one form of entertainment, the circus stand will get quite depressed quite quickly and turn into a criminal, which I don't want. So I'm going to welcome Gregory and Olivia, and they can help build up my base. So mine this as I build up here. We haven't had a lot of rain so far, which is good, but the season will change to summer at day 12, and summer brings monsoons. So I do want to start blocking off where the rain can get in. This means I want my research desk up fairly quickly to get a water tank to collect any rain that falls as well. I've got enough lumber now. Yep, so research desk there. Oops. I'm gonna come down here. This is going to be my main food zone. It's close to where the rabbits are. So after blocking off the water, this is where I want to be focusing. So to research, you need research points, which are up here. I've got 11. So hover on the desk, press F, click on research, choose what you want. So this is the base research. This is everything like the beds, the lift stations for the elevator, the porters. This is raw materials, so water, food, production, where you turn your raw materials into something else. Services and entertainment, military, decorations. I tend not to decorate my bases. I know a lot of players like to have really beautiful bases. Royalty, trade center policies. This is really useful. And this just tells you there's 171 research points available from collecting items, and we've got 11 so far. But now I want to get a water tank, and then I want to get bunk beds, and I want to get circus stand. You can queue 3 researchers at a time. I'm just going to tell them to build up here because they're starting to collect things now. I've run out of things to do, so I've got quite a few artisans now. If I don't have enough of a resource to finish a build, I'll come and fill it in, like River's doing now. This game is about management, predominantly. Multitasking between giving orders, doing things yourself. I like to do a lot myself. A lot of players like to set commands and get the rats to do things. I've also got an ADHD brain, so even though I said I want to block off the rain, I'm curious about what's down here. I mean, this game's perfect if you've got ADHD because there's just so much to do. As long as you remember what you were doing and go back to it before too long. Let's see if I can get a water tank up. Not yet. Don't want any more artisans just yet because I don't have the jobs full of me yet. Oops, I'm not done that one. Because I'm now starting to build up dirt in my storage chest, I feel a bit more comfortable laying down blueprints for them to build. Because Olivia was on the way to finish off that block now, and I've gotten her away, she will now take back the dirt she got from the chest and get paid for taking it back. So that's why I don't like to lay down too many blueprints too far in advance, unless I know I've got lots of resources. It just gets frustrating when they constantly come and finish what they were doing, what I was doing, or just have to take things back. Most items require, so blocks require 2. Overnight of 2 dirt, 2 grass, whatever. 2 for the grass for the ladders, 2 dirt for the blocks. And it doesn't take too long in a game for you to be able to carry 6 if you've got the Agile Explorer, so that just makes things a bit easier. Can I make a bed yet? Oh, water tank. Water tank's what I was going to do. Nope. Maybe it's not great having ADHD brain of this game, especially forgetting what you're planning to do. So I have 5 16 block sections, so this will be my middle one. I'll go another 2 times 16 that way and 2 times 16 this way. When I finish building that, I'll zoom out to show you what that looks like. So this is my final 2 block section this way. It's that range. 5 times 16 blocks fits into the ranges of the buildings in the centre block nicely, which is why I do that. And then I'll show you that shortly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that will be my final block. I will have a ladder coming down here. And then up here, just to get the rain collecting nicely, I will create a kind of basin. I like to pick up things as I go. Just so I've got the resources, but also so not all of my money is getting spent on my artisans just picking things up constantly. I think I am right on enough resources. No. Let them dig in a bit more. I was going to build a floor there, but I don't have enough dirt yet to do that. I can queue some more research now. So I need a hunter's hut and a butchery and a training camp. Although I won't build that until I'm prosperity level 2 because I will get a reward for building it then. If I build it before a quest comes up to build it, I don't get a reward. Which is another reason why I want to stop any enemies invading just yet. Because I won't have trained any fighters up to deal with them. Can I build my water tent now? Yep. Again, because it's a range building, I want to set the range first and then place it. It just makes it so much easier. Because otherwise you'll place it and it won't have the range that you want on it straight away and you'll forget, or I forget because I've got ADHD. I really want to finish blocking this off before day 12 and get some water collection going. I am going to let them build this ladder down. Plenty of grass. So settings, just hover, press F. I want to sell this just to this main chest storage. To choose who you want in a building, you can use the T button on your keyboard to change between efficiency, name. If you put them in a group, if you've already got an existing job, I choose efficiency. Gregory I want in the circus. With a skill force, I want her in a production building, so I think I'm going to have Olivia. If there's no water to collect, like at the moment, then Olivia will do other tasks first. Instead of, I should say. How much do it if I got now? So I'm going to get them to start building the floor now. I'm going to leave something building here just so they don't fall and hurt themselves because they're not the brightest. And a bit like us, not included, they will put themselves in dangerous situations if you're not careful. You'll actually get trapped when they're building quite a lot. I'm just gonna forward plan and make sure they can, the hunter, when I get them, which will be soon, can get down to these rabbit holes. These are giant rabbits. Because they have access to grass, that grass lets them size up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that's 1, 4. If I took that grass away, they would be considerably smaller. But I want to keep them. It takes the same amount of effort to fight a giant rabbit as it does to fight a normal sized rabbit. And I want the food. A normal sized rabbit gives you 1 rabbit, a giant rabbit gives you 2. And it just makes it easier for the butchers to have access to food, really. Then I'll try and explain that a bit better when I've got the hunter some production going, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to put that there, so I'm going to block off the rain soon. At the moment I'm prioritising building the ladder They will build in the order that you've laid the blueprints. So I'm just trying to dig away this bit just to get some more dirt to finish off what I need to be doing. Then I'm forward planning here. I want to be able to access right across here when I do get rid of the grave. So I want to just get a floor in here for now. I think I'm going to get another toilet there as well. They can't access it yet, so maybe not. And I've forgotten I've got a ton of water up here, but I haven't made it accessible. I should probably do that. So, welcome to the wacky world of playing games with Miss Judah and her ADHD brain. It makes things so much fun. No building there, so... Finish building a ladder, guys. Alright, let's get some water collection going instead then. So they can collect from a 2-block height, so if I get rid of this mud, Olivia should be able to access that water then. And I'll bake a bed while I'm over here. Yep, so I've got a bed there. I'm going to have to just put a ladder here to get these items. You see Olivia's collecting that water now. How far is this ladder? That will do. I'm going to stop them getting down here now. I want to get this blocked off before monsoon season. Demolish it now. Get that dirt. Block this off. I've set that floor too low. It's meant to be level with the grass. Oopsie. So sometimes to speed things up, I will lay a block and then go diagonally under it to get any dirt. only works if there's a block immediately underneath that one. Because this one's empty, this dirt will just fall straight down. Because I've been digging up dirt, it's not taking up all the resources, so I can help speed things up a bit. And then this flower's going to get in the way because that rabbit hole is there. I'm going to dig that up. It's really important that your hunter has access to a bed because they will get attacked back by the rabbits and they restore HP when they sleep. So I want to have a bed there, and then I want my hunter's hut. Again, I'm setting the range before I put it down. I can put Wendy to bed now, or set her bed I should say, and line up some more research. I hope you guys are enjoying things so far. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Okay, so I can't make a fishery because I don't have any rope yet, so I need masonry and the kiln and the weaving mill. Oops. Set up. I want to finish blocking off up here as well, just so it's all done. So when there is a monsoon and a load of water, it's not going to go where I don't want it. So I don't know if I'm a chaotic gamer. I feel this is a bit chaotic. I'll come down this way and get that drop dirt before it disappears. So my hunter's hut is ready, but I don't have a bed for them yet, so I'm going to hand off till the bed is there. So, might actually see who else is available to come into the city before I set a hunter. Normally, I would put in whoever's been in a sawmill because they'll have built up their attack power by now. But because Wendy is so slow, I don't want to do that. So, is somewhere else that's better? An athletic conservative sounds good. I mean, actually no. In real life that sounds awful. In game, conservative means they get annoyed when you set a new policy for 3 days, but because I set and forget policies, it's not too big of an issue. So I'm going to put Penny into there. Just going to finish building this up, then I'll do that. I want to put Penny in here. I also want to change the settings so that they only sell to this main. It's not a problem at the moment because I don't have more than one storage chest, but if you leave it as set all and you have more than one storage chest, they start taking items to far-flung chests where you don't want things to be, so I like to set that early. We don't have Penny a bed. And grab these dropped items before they disappear. So that's a regular size rabbit, I believe. Yeah. Because that rabbit popped up and hadn't had chance to eat much grass yet, there's still regular size rather than this giant size. Finish building up across here. I also want another ladder here. Can I build a circus stand yet? No, because I'm out of dirt already. Oopsie. Let's put some dirt into the chest and then we can tell them build a circus stand and get some entertainment because their happiness is starting to drop now. So again, the circus stand is a ranged building, so I set the range before I put it down. Now I've just realised this isn't 16 blocks across. Because I usually have one space left. Oopsie. Alright. I miscalculated or miscounted earlier, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I put the ladder where I wanted to. Okay. I actually want the ladders here. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to demolish this. And I'm going to have to demolish the bed and the sawmill as well. So, for you clever viewers that spotted me saying I was counting 16 and then a ladder, and then just counted 16 without the ladder, this is what happened. I got it wrong. Replace the dirt in the storage chest and I can start laying more blueprints down. I'm not sure I've got enough lumber in a chest to lay a blueprint. Oh, I do. That's good. Oh no. Got a severely wounded Ratizan, so my hunter is wounded now. So you can follow the direction of this plaster band-aid. See where they are. And even though I blocked off the plague rats up there, one of them's dug through. Another one in a second, but when you have a wounded rat, you can just pick them up. That's by hovering over them, holding down the mouse button, and then you can put them in a bed. To go into fighting mode, you can click on the... Oops, that's a rabbit now. Down here, you can click on that or you can press the shift key. That was an unexpected battle I wasn't expecting to have to do then. I forgot that they dug through even if you block them off. But let me just show you here. Oh, I can't. Usually when you block them off, there's a few hand-to-man battled ravers not able to get through. But because this is an easy playthrough, I just had the one rat and it dug its way through anyway. So I want to have Gregory in here. And then have Wendy and Gregory here. So I want a one block here for my Shrine of Rat, which I'll do a bit later in the game. Let's see hearts is available now. Starting to fill up. So I can get 2 floras. Floras don't need a bed, and I tend to use them for digging, picking things up. I think I am going to grab them. The only downside with floras is that because they don't have a bed, they don't restore the HP. You can manually do that like I've just done with Penny. When they get severely wounded, you can go and pick them up, put them into a bed. They will lose happiness when they're not in a bed, but it does restore the HP. So I'm going to set some digging tasks now for them. I'm just going to drop some more here. So you can see this rabbit's fighting back. So Penny's able to have an attack of 4. And they only have an attack of 1. So it takes a couple of attacking rabbits before you get severely injured. I blocked that off. Now that I've got this ladder here. I also want to block this bit off. And extend the ladder down here. This is tree skin. It gives you 3 logs. And we're going to start digging into this soon. Mining, I suppose. I just want to grab some more dirt, just finish off blocking off the top layer so that when it's day 12 we start getting monsoons. We're not caught out by rain coming down into our base. Block that off. There's that dirt here. I don't get stuck down here now. I finished building this ladder so that I can stay. I want to leave this block here because then Olivia can come grab the water. But the water's not going to go where I don't want it to go. So while they're digging away this section, I want to leave this here, but I want to start building a floor, so... I need to get a butchery up and running. Turn this rabbit meat into food. And I also want a gathering hunt. There. Again, it's a ranged building, so set the range before you put it down. just want to get a bed in place for Olivia. I think Penny's going to be severely wounded soon. Okay. See who else is available. Naomi looks good. She's quick and a pacifist, so welcome Naomi. I'm going to put Naomi into the butchers. Oh, and he's severely wounded again. Really, I should have Penny on this bottom bunk and then if this stop anyone else using it. Right, so I want to set the task conditions on the butchery. So hover on the board and press F, go to settings. I want to get the meat from this one, sell it to this one. Task conditions and mass produce. Hover over here, press E. Hover over condition, press E. Resource check. I want at least 2. Confirm. And that's it on that one. And then Naomi is fast, so she can go there. I also want to have a bed down here for Naomi. Sometimes I don't always pick things up, and I think I have, so that's why I go back. No, I haven't. So we've got some metal here, some copper and some iron. I don't want to put that in that storage chest. Oops, what am I doing? I'm going to put that in another storage chest that I'm going to build shortly. So I don't want to dig that up just yet. I do want to start building floor here though. And a bed here. I can set gatherer now. So again, I want to change it so it only sells to this storage. And I want to, on this one you can click on here and choose what you want it to get. I choose everything except seaweed. Seaweed only gives you grass and they have to go into water to get seaweed. And they have a habit of drowning, so I'll leave that one. And then... I'll put River for now. But I want to put her somewhere else soon, so... I want River in that bed. Actually no, I want River in the bed up here. It should be built now. Yeah, because most of the plants are over here, it makes sense for River to be up here to sleep. And Olivia, see who else is available. Another flower, yes please, Henry. Just because once I've started getting the initial food production and metal production going, I want to start strip mining. And my flowers will help me do that. The reason I'm building under a block is because if that block wasn't there and I set a blueprint, the Ratian would come and jump down here and then get stuck because they're not the most intelligent. So I'm just trying to stop that from happening, really. And come back and get those items hopefully before they disappear. Oops. So this floor I tend to put my royal buildings and my laboratory, which we don't need quite yet, but I like to have it ready to go. Yeah, I want to leave that block there, stop the water going everywhere. I'll pick up some of these things. So I want to did this right now. Oops, no, I've got a gather. I don't need to tell them to gather. Sometimes if you tell them to gather and then the gatherer comes and does it, they might do it at the same time and then you lose the plant because it's gathered twice before it's fully built. Well, it's fully grown even. So we can't mine diagonally, but if you tell them to mine, quickly grab what's on there, they can quickly jump away as the item falls. See if Henry wants to do that for me. There we go. I'm going to go back to the builder block and dig underneath it. But because I want them to mine this one, I'll leave that one for a minute. Severely wounded Ratson again. Penny! You're been strong enough to fight without too much of a battle now. I can build a hospital later in the game, but it is late game, so I can put Naomi in this bed. Excuse me. Just gonna build this block before I tell them to grab that one. Excuse me. Yep, they can grab what's been dropped down there. Not too much of an issue. See who else is available now. And we have a fighter who is neat, and we were going to need to start to get into fighting soon, so let's welcome Flora. And I think we should level up to Prosperity 2 any minute now. Might need me to put... there we go. So I'm now a Hamlet. I've now been given a Codestone blueprint, so I haven't needed to research that. I've got a leader point. Leader points are new. This is from the official release game patch. I haven't experimented with them yet. Policies, I now have 2 policies instead of 1. I now 35 buttons instead of 20, and the new migrants that come will be of a higher level. And this is where we can choose to unlock a research that has an additional benefit. So writing registers, you can set groups. I tend to have my floors in a group, but it's not essential. Shrine of Rooster, I'm not sure what that does. I don't tend to play with many shrines. If anyone does know, please drop it in the chat. Spiral Desk Religion, I tend to have late game, so I'm not too bothered about that yet. Ideally, I want a fishery to come up. So we've got Maintenance Office. Which does give military structures more health. Does that mean the people that work in the military structures? We're faster at building and repairing, and Russians are faster at building and repairing. That could be useful. Maybe not at this point. Black market we can buy things from using teeth. Teeth are dropped from when we kill animals and enemies. Arena is entertainment. Royal Forge don't need just yet, so Shrine of Rat I do want to research. It only costs 500 to activate anymore, so I'm not too fussed about that, and it only takes 1 research point to activate it, so please give me a fishery. Yay! So Exploration Office, I don't want to explore just yet. Cemetery, I don't use. My rats don't tend to die. If you're new to the game or you play in a harder mode where you are going to have rats dying often, that could be beneficial. But with the fishery, and get next to fish, they can move faster and they can tire more. And it takes 3 research points to unlock the fishery, so I'm going to go with fishery. Which means I want to get the weaving mill up and running fairly quickly so I can make some rope so that I can build that fishery up. So I mean, what I might do is just... Usually I have my weaving mill on this section, which is an audio one. Right. This is a quest I was talking about earlier. If you build a training camp, you get 20 logs. So I'm going to say yes to that. Don't know if I've got enough lumber to build a training camp yet. Okay. So again, this is a range building. Some people prefer to have quite a short range and lots of them, but because I prefer a fairly peaceful game, I will give them a larger range. Again, set the range before you put it down. I think to get this fishery up and running, I'm going to build a weaving mill next to it. And also, Olivia's done a very good job cleaning up this water, so I need to give her access to the rest of the water. Also means they can get this dug up and build a ladder there. So they're going to run out of jobs to do soon. Which means we can start mining this tree. When I first started playing the game 2 years ago, I was paranoid that if I put down the tree something bad would happen, but it doesn't. I don't know why I thought that. But I can confirm putting down a tree does nothing bad. I want Olivia to be able to get that water, which is why I've put the ladder down here. So, Flora is my fighter. And like the gathering hut, you click here to choose the type of warrior you want them to be. So there's Militia Rat, which has attack power +2 and faster moving speed, but I tend to choose guard. You need to hover on this and press E to choose guard, you can't click. And then you have attack power, but they also have more health, which I prefer. Especially in the early game when I don't have medibeds and hospitals set up. So Flora will start training. It's essential that they have a bed, so when they start fighting the plague rats when they attack, they can heal. And the rats needs a bed. Everyone else needs a bed. Good. See if we can have someone in the weaving mill. Or replace a gatherer. Yeah, you're better for gatherers. So Bernard can be my gatherer. Sometimes they pick up the items that bring straight away and take it to the storage, and sometimes they don't. Don't understand why. So we're going to replace River with Bernard. I'll have Bernard in this. No, we're not. Just the gatherer's bed's up here. I'm going to put River in here. So we look at the efficiency, which is now 135% efficiency. Again, I want to set settings on here, so get from this one, start to this one. Yeah, we'll do mass production for now. Usually I prefer them to have a minimum of 100 grass. You can change the quantity values by pressing tab key when set value is highlighted, just to make it a bit quicker. And I only want, so make it, oh, rope needs sticks as well. Oops. No, don't worry about that too much. So at the moment I want 10 rope. What should we have? Yeah, we'll have 6, so that's how much it makes. So I won't make rope unless there's less than 6. You mainly use rope in the lift shaft, but that's much further in the game. And I'm going to set the fabric quantity to 10. Which means River's not going to be constantly working in here. But I don't really need the weaver mill yet, so I'm just going to get some fabric, get some rope, build what we need, and then we can destroy the weaver mill. And put River to work somewhere else, which will be up here very shortly. They're just collecting dropped things now, so I can start and tell them to dig up here. So, I'm not been chopping down any trees, which means we don't have a lot of logs, but that's because we can just cut down all of these tree skin and get logs from here instead. So, tell them to grab that. It's easier for Olivia to get to. Build up the resources in a chest. Penny is injured again. Usually they only get injured once or twice before they've got enough high attack power resilience to not need bed constantly. Oh well. And Olivia's finished digging out here, mainly. So open that up so she can get this water and we can get this fish before they disappear. And we also want to get furnace and the wood workshop going. Oh, and we also need to build the Shrine of Rat and the Royal Toadstone, don't we? So I didn't research the Shrine of Rat. Happy with them. Toadstone can be built down here. That's a floor block. This is why I had this layer as a 4-block high. Or one of the reasons, I should say. Yeah, up there. Yeah, we've got a can't remember what it's called. We've got a special structure down there, which means I would like to get the Royal Forge. Okay, we can't get up there. Now in summer, so we did manage to lock off before summer happened. Let's see if I can count properly this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's where we want the ladder. I'm not building that just yet. And right there's a storm, just in time. I'm just digging away a path through to see where I can send my artisans to dig. It should be able to get them for me. So before winter comes, Crest gives you two options. You can build a small garden, which gives you 2 grain seed and some mud, but to build a small garden takes 4 research points because you have to build a civiculture and then the small garden. Or we can build a grain farm, which gives us 10 grain but 8 spider web. Spider webs are used in D-webs which create water. They only take 3 research points and they're really useful for trapping later game animals. And spider webs, you need a spider and they are randomly allocated across the game and they can be quite far away from your starting base. So I go with this one, build a grain farm. And you can't click on it, you have to highlight it and then press E. It's right in there. cobblestone being built. Yep. So, policies. Aim highlight over the cobblestone, press F. Click on legislate. So the first one I do is tax law, so click on tax law, name it what you want. Wealth. I'm not bothered about cycles. So you can have civil tax, which is where they charge tax masters every certain amount of time, so you can set the income tax. Structure usage, so every time they use a structure they get a tax on it, but they already have to pay to use structures, so I don't understand that one really. And resource tax, if they consume food, you don't tax, but again you can set that elsewhere, so I'll leave it as civil tax. You can change the cycle, so it can be every 1 day, every 5 days, every 3 days. I'll leave that as every 1 day. Cars, I set it to wealth over 1,000, so again click that, tab set to the hundreds, just X out of it. Class, this is for everybody at this point in the game, and taxed amount. I like tab 30, tab 30. Click X out, apply and exit. Then I also have a welfare law, Dyport Elms, and I give them 300 if their wealth is less than 300. Oops. And that means that my florers that don't have much of a job to earn money from can still get some money just from doing the basic tasks of mining and depositing items, which don't give us much money normally. So I'm just grabbing these resources and building my roof up. Not really roof, but I don't want to spawn it. Oops. I've gone behind them. You see our money's gone down to 25,000 quite quickly. So now the Shrine of Rats research. I want to build that here. Doesn't really matter where you build this one. For the way I use it anyway. Shrines do have a special skill which I haven't really figured out how to use. So I don't use in my game. I haven't needed to use in my game. Again, if you've played this game before and you've cracked how the shrines work and you'd like to answer that question, please drop it in chat. See what's happening up here now. I don't dig too far high up into the tree. You can do. You can excavate it completely. I tend not to do that. I am going to ladder. I need some dirt around. Actually, I could use that dirt right now, can't I? Then I'm building diagonally to stop them getting trapped, because otherwise they would just get trapped here if I just dug it all away and then told them to build. So they're really, really not intelligent. And now we're at Level 2, I also want to get a prison built in case we start getting any criminals. We can activate this now. So those tax laws that we've just set in a toadstone, hover over this, press F, and we can activate it. And you know it's activated when the flames. So it means that every time I pass a Ratison that's due to pay tax because they have over 1,000 in money, it will automatically collect the money. And the active skill, which is ones I don't use, if you hold down, I think it's the T button, then all nearby Ratisons, it gives money to your Ratisons, and then they get happiness from that. But because I have the Elms Law set up, give them money if they have less than 300, I don't need to give them more money. Let's see if anyone's that. So to see what's going on with your Ratisons, it's time to click the admin menu, I think, so press G. And you've got statistics, research, filter, leader, check alarm, encyclopedia. So that was the type of rat that dug into our base and caused issues. So that tells you the HP, the set power, moving speed, where they spawn from, and we get 8 sharp teeth every time we kill one of those, and sharp teeth can be used in the black market. They're the animals, creatures, sorry, we can kill, and wild wheat's the items that we took up. Have we come across a cave mushroom then? I don't remember that happening. You can see in here prosperity, how much money, taxes, policies. So we're at maximum economy score. We need to build more structures, get more Ratisons. This is our money screen, tells you how many sharp tooth, foreign currency comes later. That's to trade with foreign cities. Resources sold. That's when the Dutch Ratisons sell what they make to the chest and get paid for it. Toilet, they don't charge to use the toilets, that's how much money we've made from that. Resources purchased, so for the sawmill they have to buy the logs from us to make the lumber and the sticks, and then when they sell the lumber and sticks back to us they get money. So the purchased amount is from that. The wages, that's how much we've paid. I can't remember which ones that's for. That will be for the training camp, the warrior. And then the dab and build, that's how much we've given to Ratsura, Davarin and building. I'm not seeing miners, maybe that comes under wage as well. So, but yeah, for the last day, that's how much money we've spent. Tax, we haven't earned anything from tax yet. This is a class-based structure. I tend to keep everybody poor. Yes, I'm a socialist. Poor, middle class, high class. You can set different tax laws because to get middle and high class you need to have a certain amount of money. Which is why I tend to be all poor. And these are my policies. Ratisons, you can see your different Ratisons, what they're doing. So bonus and gathering camp, he's the happiest. Daisy, Flora, pennies we can collect money from. We collect pennies from Penny. Happiness, we can see. One demographic, who's happy. And yeah, that's just the information. We go back and see what leader points do. This is new for me. That's okay. Okay, so we can choose. So this is for me, not my Ratisons. So I can recover 50 HP every day. I want animals myself, I don't want extra. If you mine dirt tiles yourself, you have a chance of gold. That's good. If you gather resources, you get an extra 1. Or it allows you to fish, that's new. Ooh. I'm desperate. I'm going to go for the miner. Because we need gold for the economy. Then I unlocked activate your first leader pack. For that too. Okay. We can change, we need structures to change those things, but this is where we're at level 5 strength. That's how many things we can carry. Dexterity level 6 and intelligence level 3. And intelligence just affects how quickly they level up. Let's get some more. They're eating straight away, 1 gold. But I don't want the gold in here, but it gives me a chance to show you what to do with it. So, gold research points. Hover over the chest, press F. Go into settings. Store settings. I don't want gold in this one. I want gold near where the furnaces are going to be. I'm just going to click off for that. So, I cannot, and my Watsons cannot put any gold in there now. Release. If you have something in here and you don't want your Watsons to buy it, you can stop them doing so here. And storage, you can set the amount of an item in here, but I don't do that. So there's a 5% chance of gold and it's come up straight away. I'm wondering if that's because it's a new thing and they need to patch that out. Can't believe that happened so quickly. So I'm going to a prison and a storage chest here. I don't know if we've got a rope for prison yet. No, so I can't build storage chests, so I've not got a masonry up yet. So can I build them? I need a space, yep. I need a storage chest takes 3 unless you have mini storage, and prison takes 1. I've left a 4 gap space there. We have rivet that can go into masonry already, don't we? So I don't need another western just yet. I do want to put some more grass away because I've set it to a minimum of 100 in the storage and she's using it up on the fabric. Have I chosen the right rope? We should have rope now. Yep, okay. We'll have rope very shortly. And let's dig that away so Olivia can grab that water too. So with the water, you can see how we've got this nice reservoir to collect water from. And Olivia is just going to come and demonstrate that for us now. Just climbing up and she can access it diagonally. So we've got the block here to stop the water coming down into the base, but she can still collect diagonally, as so. Water will evaporate. You can kind of see that here. You see how this is kind of stepped. When it's just on the 1 level, it will disappear and then it will kind of drop down. Because this water's higher than 1 block, this water's not going anywhere. So if I didn't have my water gatherer here, eventually the water would just evaporate. So that's why I wanted to get that set up before the storms, really. Yeah, none of them I'm happy with. We can set river to work here. So highlight settings, I want to get from here and sell to here. Test condition, mass produce. Hover and E. Yep. And I want a minimum of 10. I'm not bothered how many she makes really. Where have I put river? Oh yeah, she's an river mill. Okay. Oh, okay. I want to get the fishery up before I demolish the weaving mill, so I may need to find another artisan. I'm just going to grab this wood, these logs, before they disappear now. And we also need to come across Penny so I can show you how the Shrine of Rat works. There we go. Oh, did I already collect the money from her then? Oh. Why did she not give me money? Is this a bird? I've activated the Shrine of Rat. She's got more than 1,000. Wealth over 1,000. Take 30%. So she should be left with 700. But it's not taken it. And it should be. It's definitely activated. I think we found a bug. Let's give it another day or two. It might just be because we've only just set it up that it's not happy. There we go. And because it was the next day, it then kicked in. So you should start noticing as I walk past artisans now that they will start to give me money when they've got over 1,000 in their savings. We need to watch out for any more graves as we expand our base as well now. As we get stronger in prosperity, so do the plague rats that attack us. And I think Jack can join us. I don't need another floor just yet. So we will put Jack into the masonry and get some blocks started. There we go. And finish putting away up here. Then we can finish building across here. I want to finish building across here so I can get Jack a bed. And River stopped working because apparently there wasn't enough grass for her now. So, have we got much rope in there? Yeah. We've got 6 rope and we've got 12, okay. But she stopped working because we have enough resources now, so we'll get this fish rope and running. And you can change the direction of the fishing rod by using R or Q. And you can go there. So invasion time, so I'm gonna hit the first go into fight mode and see where they pop up. Okay, over here. There we are. Same place as last time, so you can see Flora, because she's my guard, she's sticking now. And then because it was attacking some items, we can click on them. And that comes up with repair, or you can go into Q, repair. Are there any over here? Nope. Can you not give River a bed down here? Oopsie. Sorry, River. I also need to build a bed for myself soon, so I'm starting to get low on health. Let's get a laboratory. The laboratory will generate research points and a bed. And grab this grass so that we can keep replenishing the fabric and rope. And get a prison up here for any deviant rats. Okay, I don't think I actually need any more. Turn that off. I do want to research a mint. That will allow us to turn our gold into coins that will add money into our economy. And I'm going to take Joel. And then I'm not going to take any more for a while. I don't want to run out of money. I've got stone blocks now, so I can build my storage up here. Because I don't want them to start using it straight away, the storage chest, I'm going to grab 4 planks and wait for them to drop off the stone blocks. And then I'll finish building it and I can quickly turn the storage off. They want us to build a maypole to celebrate summer. But a maypole is 5 blocks high. We don't have anywhere for that just yet, so I'm going to tell them to do it next year, I think. And then we'll have got rid of that grave and we have to have space over on the other side for that. Come on. Got some blocks, somebody. Thank you. Let's quickly hover over at F. I want to turn off everything, so click store settings, press F, and F disables everything. And the only things I want in here are gold, metals, new things really. So we're at set gold now. So gold is turned off in the other storage, is activated on this one. If we look at how many logs we've managed to collect from digging into the tree so far, we're at 131. Now we can grab the gold and put it into this other chest now. And I've put that where I want the ladder, don't I? Oopsie. Alright, time to show you how the bed works. So we go to the bed, we hover over it, and we press F. Click on HP recover. And then it takes a while for the next dialogue to pop up. When it does, we can use tab to speed it up. And so, we get some fish made now, I think. Made, bought, captured. So again, hover, settings, I only want to set it to this one. Efficiency. Put Joel in there, which means I want another bed. Here. The fishers and the hunters make the most money at this point in the game, and Gregory, because everyone goes to him for entertainment. So it's quite useful to keep catching up with them, collect their money until you've got the. You can research a tax collector, but it takes quite a while for them to level up to be able to get the tax. I'm just going to move all these blocks down. Blocks down here. Now to finish blocking off up here. I think I might put a river into here and get some points going. Demolish this now. If you look at the range, you can hover on F. She's finished training now. Click on range, and this red circle is everywhere that she, in this case, will do a patrol of. And obviously we don't have anything up here. So when we've built further down, I'm going to move the training camp down so that she can cover the area that we actually needed to. But the circus tent works in exactly the same way as does the water. Oops, that's mine, it's not water. Right, now that looks good, so I'm going to let her wait. You see, you can come down just the edge of this red line to collect any water. And any rats that are within this red circle they need entertainment will come to the circus tent. That's how the ranged buildings work. With hunting, they will catch any creatures within the red circle. Same with gathering. Cancel those because I've got a feeling if I leave them to build them, they will just do something silly, end up trapped somewhere. You have to build a kiln now. Planning needs rescuing again. What is up with that girl? Never had a hunter this bad before. So we've got 182 water collected already, which is great. That's exactly what we wanted. Get a bed here. So on the tail one I want to set the settings a bit differently, so hover and left down settings. I want to get from this one, I want to sell for this one. That's because I want to get wood, logs, sorry. Yeah, I set that as 50 because furnaces are quite slow in using the charcoal, so, and it makes quite a lot, and I prefer to have lumber from wood logs, so Sometimes I set this to 300. I think we'll give, is it Henry or Jack to use a bed? Jack. I'll give Jack a bed. I think I'm going to end this stream in about 10 minutes. My pots has started to suddenly flare up and I'm feeling a little bit unwell, so I'm going to go in and have some electrolytes and try and stop feeling dizzy, have something to eat. And hopefully I'll be able to pick this stream up again in about an hour's time. I've now been infected with disease. Henry's diseased. Oh no. Don't have a hospital to deal with that. This is one of the problems with the floras. Tends to be them that get worse infected with disease. Guess we'll just have to see what happens. I think the problem is you need one toilet per 10 Rattisons. It's usually the amount. And I haven't built another one yet, which is what I'm trying to get over here to do, so let's get on with that, I think. Unfortunately, because Henry's going in the toilet everyone's using. Oh, has he got a stomach bug? Usually there's like a green vapour that stays around the toilet that they use. And then whenever Rattisons go in there soon after them, if they're exposed to green vapour, then they get disease as well. Because he's constantly going in and out of the bathroom, no one else can use it right now. I'm running out of dirt. Yes, more gold. I'm going to try and push through to day 24 when it changes to autumn before finishing the stream. I'm feeling pretty unwell though, so let's see what happens if I get with that. For those of you that don't know, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, fibromyalgia, and postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, so I can suddenly feel quite unwell, which is frustrating when I'm at stream. But there's not much I can do about it, and I was incredibly thankful that you guys will stick with me. And hopefully, after a break, you can go and grab yourself something to eat and drink and then join me back later as well. Don't leave a toilet here. Time. Oh, disease is done now. Must have been a toilet bug. So what I want to do is build down here so I can get the furnaces up and running. They are 4 tile height buildings. A nice supply of food building up ready for the winter though, that's great. I like to have a mint up here usually, but I don't have quite enough space because I didn't want to cut out of the tree, so... In one space, but I like to have a bed as well, so I have a mint up there. I'm going to tell them start digging across here now though. When I finish transporting the dropped resources from up here, I'm going to check where they've just been digging to make sure there's no dropped resources there I need to grab. What's this? Also build up the floor. What I am going to do is grab this copper so I can put it straight into the right storage chest. Line up some more research. I would like yeah, the music stage and just music stage for now. So though the happiness is alright, it's not amazing. I think Gregory's rather unhappy. I don't really want to travel up this rabbit nest too much. I do want to stop them coming down here though, so I think I'm going to make a bit of a step here. So I'll grab that grass. Why if we don't try it, guys? I'm really feeling quite unwell now. I think I am doing a call and end to the stream. Thanks for being with me and watching so far. I hope that I will recover fairly soon. I'll be able to join you later on today. Next time I'm going to be digging further down here. Getting into the mine, getting production going and starting to take down these plague rats. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.